Hey guys, thank you for having us. We have here today Douglas Kennedy, CEO, co-founder of Studio Wildcard.
How are you?
Very good. How about you?
I'm good. Glad to be here at the show.
How is the show for you?
It's good. It's I'm learning a lot about the blockchain. I'm learning a lot about Web3 and starting to look really closely at some of the games and the game companies that are moving into the space and just doing some homework.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Douglas is one of our partners at Lussa. Why did you join us?
Well, I really enjoyed our original conversations talking about your knowledge in the space, your understanding of gaming, and your vision for where you wanted to take your video game and how you wanted to implement tokens, blockchain, and all of the various things that you want to do to really move into this space with a very, very good and compelling game.
Thank you very much. And we appreciate a lot of your support, your knowledge, your 25 years in the games industry. Probably tell something about it. What have you achieved? Where have you worked on? What have you done?
I've been very blessed in the game industry. I started out as a junior marketing manager working for a marketing company. I've enjoyed my career working with companies like PlayStation and up at Microsoft to help launch the first Xbox with an agency that I worked with. And then I started my own agency back around 2003, 2004, an agency called Reverb Communications. And through that agency, we helped create games like Guitar Hero. We were the public relations and marketing company for Guitar Hero, an Onda rock band. The agency went on to do things with PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battleground, Rocket League. And I left the agency after about 10 years and joined up with two terrific game developers, Jeremy Steglitz and Jesse Rabchak, and became a co-founder of Studio Wildcard, the makers of Ark Survival Evolved, a big open-world survival dinosaur game. And from there, I've looked at small companies and small indie developers and moving into new technologies, whether it's looking at VR or Web3, blockchain, NFTs, and things like that. So that's one of the ways that I found you guys.
Awesome career path you had.
Yeah.
Ton of experience. We have a lot to learn from you. And hopefully we can grow this to a huge success with all our contacts.
Well, I appreciate that. But, it goes both ways. I think, I have a lot of experience in the games industry and understanding video games. You really do have a lot of experience in Web3 and blockchain. And that's an area that I'm learning and I'm picking up information on. But every time we have a conversation, I'm more and more intrigued. I feel like a first grader going to school, but I'm picking it up quickly. And I really do believe that even though many in the video game industry have a negative outlook on where Web3 is going, I believe that the future of the industry is going to be there. Just very similar to what happened with microtransactions in video games or even crossplay. It took a big company like Epic to really push on the first parties to get Fortnite to be a crossplay game, and there was a lot of resistance with things like that. But ultimately it happened, and I think the same thing will happen with Web3 moving forward. And it may take some years, but we'll find success in this industry.
I think so too. I believe we're in the baby shoes, like the internet in the early 2000s.
Right.
Same for blockchain. I think in 10 years, probably the whole video game, hopefully, the whole video game industry will use blockchain, give the players a true asset ownership, and also profit on secondary market share, like with the royalty fees on NFTs and so on. It's also a huge new income revenue stream for the big publishers.
It is, and I think that, the industry struggled a little bit when this technology was first introduced because there were a lot of very badly developed and poor games that came in just as a cash grab. And I believe that it hurt the industry. It created another hurdle. However, as more and more developers start to adopt the technology and the consumers understand that it doesn't interfere with the quality of how they play games, but it gives them an advantage to recoup money, whether it's selling assets that they've created in the game or protecting stuff that they have. And I think that that's going to be something that will take some time to grow, but I ultimately see it moving in that direction.
Exactly. And also, I think the video games will probably be the thing that will drive the mass adoption to Web3, because currently probably 5% of the people on this earth are using blockchain.
Right.
And I think if we make it easy enough and seamless to integrate, like the players, you log in with your email address, have a full usual Web2 game experience, but you still can like sell your NFT, which is your skin or your weapon or your character, and you can sell it. You invest your time, you invest your money, you stop playing. You can even rent out your character or your weapon, and you have passive income while you're not playing.
Right.
You don't even need to sell it. You can rent it out. And I think also this, it will be a huge benefit for the Web2 players that are not used to like for crypto, as they will have a passive income through that. And yeah, what do you think in terms of the big publishers? What do you think how long it will take to step on like to ride his horse with the small indie studio?
Well, I look, I think indie studios are where it's going to start, and I think that the innovation for gaming is coming from indies. Many of the large publishers are risk adverse, and so you'll see, I don't want to pick on a studio or a publisher, but you'll see games that are put out 4 or 5 or 6 times with minor changes, and the consumers come in, they buy, they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on those games, but the innovation is coming from the smaller studios. I think as the small studios and the sound gets bigger and the noise from the consumer gets bigger, you're going to start to see many of those studios really start to take a look at it. Now, with a technology company like Microsoft, I do believe that a company like Microsoft may look at it a little bit earlier than, say, Nintendo or Sony. I don't know that to be true, but I think that they're pretty far ahead of the curve in terms of what technologies are going to drive gameplay adoption. And I look to a company like that to really start adopting things like that.
Actually. Yeah, Zach, thank you very much.
Sure.
It was a pleasure to have you on the interview.
Thank you.
Looking forward to have a great relationship and partnership together.
I appreciate that, and I'm really pleased to be here. I was the panel that we did today was terrific, and as I said, I'm a video game guy. I am not a Web3 and a blockchain guy. But after spending a couple of days at the show, I now understand the technology much better than I did even a week ago, and it's incredibly exciting. And like I said over at the panel, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. And, fast forward 10 years down the road, I think we're going to see a completely different video game industry taking advantage of this technology.
100%.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Great.